Hello again, Ken Arzone here. Another video. Little hobby of mine I've got going in retirement. I do a lot of research on the computer. This will be my 23rd video from my YouTube channel. How about that? What have I done videos on? Started off with my gardening business. I did an autobiography of a book I wrote. It was on my experience in the life gardening landscaping business for 43 years. So I did about 5 videos giving tips, how to use equipment, how to maintain lawns, how to use a chainsaw, how to use a weed eater, a blower. So I've done about 5 videos on that. I did 2 videos on my dog, did a dog trick and walking dogs. I've done about 5 videos on baseball. Did the top 50 baseball players according to talent on my list. Then I did the top 50 pitchers. I did 17 achievements by ball players in one game. I did baseball records, a video. And I did baseball photographs in the Hall of Fame. Then I started to do movies and television. So I did the top 50 favorite movies of mine. Then I did the top 50 television shows of mine. Then I did the top 50 male actors. Then I did the top 50 female actresses. Then I did the top 50 characters on the male side in television, characters. Then I did the top 50 women characters in television. Then I did my top 50 vacation spots that I've enjoyed. Then I did the top 50 songs I enjoy. Then I did top 50 world events. That was an interesting one. Then I did the top 50 books that I've read. What's my next video? How about basketball? How about the NBA? I'm a big fan. I like the Lakers. I like watching the games on television. I've watched since the 1960s. How about the top 50 NBA players who are retired? Not the present day players. There's a lot of good ones playing right now. But my top 50 will be confined to those who finished their career, have good stats, and most of them are in the Hall of Fame. I'm going to try something a little unique with the basketball. With baseball, I was able to list the top 50 talented players that according to my analysis and my opinion, of all time. That was easy to do. Then I did the top 50 pitchers, not relief pitchers, but just starting pitchers who have the stats. That was easy to do. But the top 50 basketball players of all time is a little bit more difficult. How do you base it? Talent, championships, teams they've been on? I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to start off with 26 basketball players who really contributed to the individual game and their team and were most valuable and to be counted on, and the stats prove it. Now, I have 26 that I came up with. What I did was I added their points, rebounds, and assist, all 3 categories, and added it up and see what the number was. who's number one? You'll be surprised on this category. Then I'll list 50 NBA players who are really good at scoring, but not just a dunk or a layup, but who are able to shoot the ball from the outside and score. 15-footers, 20-footers, and even 25-footers. So you'll be surprised at that list. 50 talented shooters had a good form. For example, I don't put Wilt Chamberlain or Bill Russell in that category because they didn't shoot 15, 20, 25-footers. So if you see that list and they're not there, like Bob Lanier, Nate Thurman, Robert Parrish, some of these players, they didn't shoot those, like Shaquille O'Neal. They didn't shoot from the outside. So my top 50 there will be according to shooting form and how talented they were from shooting that outside shot and scoring. Then finally, I'll list my top 50 players that I would want on my team, and you'll be interested to see from 50 to number 1 on that countdown, okay? Let's get started with, I came up with 26 players with their points, rebounds, and assists added up. See who has the most point total. For example, in their career, they scored so many points, 20,000, 30,000. And then in rebounds, they had 10, 15, 20,000 rebounds. And then in assists, they had 5, 10, or even 15,000 assists. So I added them all up and came up with a number, a total number. And I think these three categories, their combined number indicates how valuable they were to their team. Do you know what I mean? Other players, they play 20 years, but you add up their points, rebounds, and assists and get that number. It's not as high. But other players in all three categories add up their points, and they're in the top 26. I did some research. You'll be interested to find this out, okay? Let's get started. Number 26, Magic Johnson. You say, hey, wait a minute. Why is he number 26, not number 1? Like I said, I'm adding points, rebounds, and assists. Try to follow me along here, okay? Magic had 17,700 points for his career, 6,500 rebounds, I'll just round off, and over 10,000 assists. So that gives him a total of 34,407. Are you following me? 17,000 points, 6,500 rebounds, and 10,000 assists. Gives him 34,407. But he's number 26. How about number 25? He has a better number. Alex English. Remember him? He had 25,600 points, 6,500 rebounds, again rounding off, and over 4,300 assists. So he beats Magic, and he has 36,502 total combined on a point scale, okay? He's 25. 24. Wait till we count down and we get down to the top 10 and who's number 1, who has the most combined altogether. 24, Dominique Wilkins. 26,000 points, 7,000 rebounds. Little low on the assists, 2,600 assists. Magic had 10,000 assists, but Dominique had 2,600 assists. See, a difference of 8,000, but Dominique had 26,000 points, and Magic had 17,000 points for his career. See? You see where I'm getting at? So Dominique, over 26,000 points, over 7,000 rebounds, and just 2,600 assists, gives him 36,514. He comes in number 24 on the point scale. 23, Jerry West. 25,000 points, over 5,000 rebounds, and over 6,000 assists. So pretty good in all three. He gets 36,806. Following me along here. Magic, 34,000. Alex English, 36,005. Wilkins, 36,000, a little more than 515. And then Jerry West, 36,806. Following me? Okay, let's keep going. Vince Carter, number 22. Excuse me. Over 25,000 points, over 6,600 rebounds, and over 4,700 assists, gives him 37,048. 21 on my list, Elgin Baylor, counting down. As I count down, they have more points than the previous person, all right? All three categories combined. Elgin Baylor, over 23,000 points, over 11,400 rebounds. Woo! And 3,600 assists. Didn't pass the ball as much. But he comes in at 38,262, okay? Number 20 on the list, Paul Pierce. 26,000 points, 7,500 rebounds, and 4,700 assists, gives him 38,632. He beats Dominique by 400 points. All right. No, he beats Vince Carter and Elgin Baylor, okay? He's number 20. Number 19, counting down, Patrick Ewing. Over 24,800 points, 11,600 rebounds. Very good. He's a center. But 2,200 assists for his career. Very low. But that puts him number 19 at 38,637 combined points. All right. Number 18 on the list, John Stockton. He beats Magic Johnson as far as combine three categories and add up points, okay? Just 19,711 points, 4,000 rebounds. He's a little low on the rebounds, but what pushes him up pretty high is the assists. He's the #1 assist leader of all time in the NBA. 15,806 assists. So it gives him a total of 39,568. Whoa. John Stockton coming in number 18. Number 17, Robert Parrish. Played the most games in NBA history, over 1,600 games. So he's going to have a lot of category, right? 23,000 points, 14,700 rebounds. But Robert, a little low on the assists, 2,180 assists. But he comes in at 40,229. He's the first one to break 40. Remember what I told you, what Magic had? Magic came in at number 26. He had 34,407. And Robert Parrish breaks 40,229. Following me? Okay. Number 16. Interesting choice here. Bill Russell. Pretty high on the list. He's not in the top 5 or 10. But stellar career, he was low on the points, 14,522 points for his career, a little low. But 21,620 rebounds, whoa. And over 4,100 assists, so he passed the ball. So Bill Russell, 40,242 on the scale that I've created. Okay. 15 on the list, John Havlicek. 26,000, over 26,000 points for his career, 8,000 rebounds, very good, and over 6,000 assists. So very balanced player, John Havlicek. Very stellar in all three categories. And we put him at 40,516. Whoa. 14 on the list, Charles Barkley. Over 23,700 points, 12,546 rebounds, very good, and over 4,200 assists. So combine all those three numbers, 40,518 puts him at number 14 on the list. How about that? Charles Barkley. 13, who beats him? Akeem Olajuwon. What a player. Over 26,900 points for his career. Scoring points. 13,748 rebounds. Whoa. A little low on the assist. 3,058 for his career. So he comes in at 43,752. I'll go over the numbers again when I do the from 26 to 1. I'll tell you how the numbers stack up, okay? 12 on the list, Oscar Robertson. What a player. Over 26,710 points, 7,804 rebounds. Here's a good one, 9,887 assists. So that puts him at 44,401 total points. Wow. Number 12. Number 11. This is a shock and a surprise to me when I looked it up. Michael Jordan, number 11, as far as combined in all three categories. Over 32,292 points. We know that he was a scoring champion. 7 or 8 scoring titles, right? Over 6,600 rebounds. Pretty good. And 5,633 assists. Pretty good. But he comes in at number 11. 44,597. Now the top 10. Shaquille O'Neal. Over 28,500 points. Over 13,000 rebounds. Low on the assist. Over 3,000 assists. But he beats Jordan. 44,721. Number 9, Moses Malone. Wow. Why is he at number 9? Over 27,409 points. 16,212 rebounds. That's the key. Wow, what a rebounding machine. Assists are low, 1,796. So that puts him at 45,417. He beats Shaq, number 8 on the list. Tim Duncan. What a player he was. Hall of Fame. Over 26,496 points. 15,091 rebounds. And balanced guy, 4,225 assists. So that puts him at 45,812. Wow. Number 7, Alvin Hayes. Over 27,300 points. Over 16,000 rebounds. Wow. Low on the assists, 2,398 assists. Centers seem not to get that many assists, the center position. But he comes in at 45,990. Number 6 on the list, Kevin Garnett. Wow. Over 26,000 points, over 14,600 rebounds. And Kevin Garnett was balanced, 5,445 assists. So that puts him at number 6, 46,178. Number 5. You know who number 1 is? You should know. You'd be surprised at the top 5 here. Dirk Nowitzki. 31,560 scoring points. All right. Over 11,489 rebounds. Wow. And assist, 3,651 assists. So that gives him 46,700. Wow. Combined. Number 4, Kobe Bryant. 33,643 points. 7,047 rebounds. Very good for a forward and a shooting guard or wherever he was. Was he the power forward, shooting forward? Scoring, point guard or shooting guard, Kobe was outstanding player. 33,643 points, 7,047 rebounds, very good, and 6,300 assists. Whoa! So that puts him at 46,996. Coming at number 4. Number 3, Karl Malone. He was balanced. Over 36,928 points. Over 14,968 rebounds. Point scoring and rebounds. And assist. 5,248. Whoa. So he, Brian is at 46,996. Karl Malone at number 3 is at 57,144. Whoa. Okay, number 2 on the list, Wilt Chamberlain. Over 31,400 points. Here's the key for him. Over 23,924 rebounds. Incredible. 23,000 rebounds? Whew. And 4,643 assists. Gives him a total of 59,986. Whoa, pretty good. Of course, number 1 is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Played 20 years in the NBA. He has the most points, 38,387 as far as scoring. But as far as all 3 categories, he's number 1. Because he had 17,440 rebounds. 38,000 points, 17,000 rebounds, and then 5,660 assists. What's his total? 61,487. So as far as being most valuable to the team that you're on, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played 20 years. These other players, some played 10, 12, 15, 18. He played 20, so he racked up all of it. So let me just recap so you understand what I mean. Magic Johnson, he was at over 34,000, okay? Alex English, 36,000. Wilkins, 36,005. Jerry West, 36,008. Vince Carter, 37,000. See, more. Elgin Baylor, 38,000. Paul Pierce, 38,006. Patrick Ewing, 38,637. John Stockton, 39,000. Robert Parrish breaks 40,000. Bill Russell, 40,000. John Havlicek, 40,005. Charles Barkley, 40,005. Olajuwon, 43,700. Robertson, 44,004. Michael Jordan, 44,005. Shaquille O'Neal, 44,007. Moses Malone, 45,000. Tim Duncan, 45,800. Alvin Hayes, 45,990. Kevin Garnett breaks 46,000. Dirk Nowitzki, 46,007. Kobe Bryant, 46,900. Karl Malone gets into the 57,001. Wilt Chamberlain, 59,900. And then Kareem at 61,487. You see the 3 categories? You add them all up. And Kareem is number 1. How about that? Notice Julius Erving wasn't in the list. Why? Because he played in the ABA. I'm counting the NBA stats, okay? All right, the next thing I want to do is I want to count down the 50 players that had the shooting touch, the shooting ability. I don't talk about the centers in this. There are some centers who had good shooting from the outside, but these players had the shooting ability from 15 to 20 to 25 feet and can score the ball. So I'll tell you right now that Wilt Chamberlain and some of the centers, Bill Russell, Nate Thurman, Bob Lanier, some of those guys, they're not in this list. Why? Because they were, When they scored, it was from close, within 10 feet. Dunks, layups, fall away, finger rolls, hook shots. Okay? I'm talking about shooting form. Who are the top 50 in my opinion? Well, from 50 to about number 10, these players can be interchangeable as far as their form and scoring. But the top 10 really have the talent. You know what I mean? You're on the basketball court, and this guy can shoot a 20-footer. He's going to make it. He has the touch. Can you see Wilt Chamberlain or Bill Russell shooting a 20-footer? They're not going to make it. You know what I'm getting at? Okay, so let me let's go down from 50 to number 1 on this list. Then after I'm done with this, I'll list the top 50 players that I want on my team. And that's not shooting form, and that's not whatever. That's just players that just have talent all around. All right, let's get started on this one. Earl Monroe, number 50. Earl the Pearl Monroe had a good touch. Number 49, Chris Webber. Good solid shot. Number 48, Gail Goodrich. Played for the Lakers in the 1960s. He's a lefty. He shot it from 20 foot and made it. 47, David Thompson. Scored 73 points in one game. Whoa. Number 46, Elgin Baylor. Played for the Lakers in the 60s. He had a 71-point game. I think he comes in number 4 as far as scoring average for his career at 27 points a game. Elgin Baylor, 46. 45, Glenn Rice shot the three-pointer. Nice touch. Played for Miami and the Lakers. 44, Chris Mullin. His free throw percentage was over 90%. He was a good outside shooter. I'm talking about players that have the form, the touch from outside. 43, Adrian Dantley. 42, James Worthy of the Lakers. Showtime Lakers in the 80s. 41, John Stockton can hit that outside shot. Number 40, Steve Nash. Number 39, Jason Kidd. 38, Paul Pierce. 37, Gary Payton. 36, Kevin McHale. 35, George Mikan, a center. But yeah, he shot a 15, 20-footer. Bank shot, I remember. He would bank it in. 34, Bob Cousy. 33, Patrick Ewing. He was a center, but he shot the 20-footer. 32, Scottie Pippen. 31, Akeem Olajuwon, another center, but he had a 15-footer touch. Nice touch. Good form. 30, Magic Johnson, kind of like a shot put, but he's not in the top 10 as far as form. But Magic Johnson hit that 20-footer, some three-pointers. 29, Tim Duncan. 15, 20-footer. 28, Kevin Garnett, a center, yet he shot the 20-footer and made it. 27, Alvin Hayes. 26, Charles Barkley. 25, Walt Frazier of the Knicks. 24, Dirk Nowitzki. He's a 7-footer, right? And he shoots the three-pointer. 23, Dwayne Wade. 22, Isaiah Thomas. 21, Clyde Drexler. Number 20, Willis Reed. I can't believe that guy. He was a center on the Knicks. He shot a 20-footer and made it. Number 19, Dominique Wilkins. Number 18, Reggie Miller, three-pointer. Good form. Number 17, Ray Allen, one of the best forms in the NBA. Three-pointer. 16, Bob Pettit. Number 15, Allen Iverson. 14, Alex English. 13, David Robinson, another center. But 18-footer, swish. 12, Julius Erving. I'll put him in because he played some years in the NBA. Number 11, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Remember the hook shot from 15 feet? Of course, he scored a lot in the inside the paint, but he had that classic hook shot. Nobody's copied it. Kareem comes in at number 11. Okay, Now, from 50 to number 10, all those players can be interchangeable as far as talent and form. But my top 10, they know how to shoot the ball. And they had the touch. You can count on them, their shooting percentage. 10, John Havlicek. Number 9, Rick Barry. Number 8, George Gervin. Number 7, Karl Malone. Yeah, he was a power forward, right? But he had a nice touch. Watch his highlights. Number 6, Oscar Robertson. Triple-double machine. Number 5, Mr. Clutch, Jerry West. One of the best forms. Shooting form. 4, Larry Bird. Clutch. What a form. What a touch from the outside. Number 3, this is a surprise. This should surprise you. Pete Maravich. He was an incredible player. He had the talent. He could dribble and then pull up as he's on a fast break dribble. He'd pull up from 15-20 and hit it. He had a 68-point game in the NBA. That's talent. And in college, he averaged 44 points a game in college. And they had no shot clock, indicating that the other team could hold the ball for 15 minutes if they wanted to. And there was no three-point line in college. And yet he averaged 44 points a game. You can see that I like Pete Maravich because I talk more about him. But when he's in the NBA, he played 10 years in the NBA, got hurt. But he averaged 24 points a game in the NBA, and he had a 68-point game. Just think, if he played his whole career in the NBA, how many points would he have with the three-point line today? When he played, they didn't have the three-point line. Same with Jerry West. How many points would he have? Oscar Robertson, too. Okay, number 2, Kobe Bryant. What a shooting form. Now, his shooting percentage was below 50%. You know why? Because he took 30 or 35 shots a game, and he didn't care. He wanted to score, and he did score. He had 81 points in one game. And he had 62 points in 3 quarters. And he had a 60-point game and 50-point games. He was unstoppable. Kobe Bryant, in his final NBA game, he scored 60 points. And he's 38 years old. What a record, Kobe Bryant. But, of course, who's number 1 as far as the shooting form? Michael Jordan. 8 or 9 scoring titles? Could be wrong on that. Maybe he has 10 of them. Scoring title. Leads the league in scoring. How does he do that? He has the best form in the NBA of all time. Michael Jordan. And he's number 1 in scoring average for his whole career. I believe a 14-year career. Too bad he didn't play 20. He would be number 1 in scoring. But Kareem has the number 1 spot in scoring. All right, here's something else I did as far as research. Before I get my top 50 of choice players that I would have on my team, here's something else I did. We know that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he played 1,560 games in his 20-year career. And he has the most points all time, right? The exact number is 38,387 scoring points. He's number 1, but he played 1,560 games in 20 years. You know what I did? I went back and I said, what if a certain player also played 1,560 games? Where would he have ended up in total points? You know what I mean? Now we know in your prime, you're going to have the best scoring average. And then as you get older and older and older, and then toward the end of your career, you're not going to score as many points. Well, for Kareem, he played 20 years, and we know his last few years, the scoring average went down, but he still ended up with 38,387 points because he played in 1,560 games. Now, what if Michael Jordan played in 1,560 games. How many points would he have ended up with? Well, we know that Michael played in 1,072 games. So that means that Kareem played almost close to 500 more games than Michael Jordan. Are you following me? So let's extrapolate. How about that word? And let's say, what if? Let's do a what if scenario, okay? What if Michael Jordan played 1,560 NBA games? How many points would he have scored? Well, I did a list and I extrapolated. I have 18 players that had an outstanding scoring average in their career. I found out how many games they played, and then I added more games to get to the 1,560 that Kareem played. What would their point total be? Michael Jordan comes in at number 1. He played 1,072 games, but if you add more games and he plays 1,560, he would have scored 46,981 points if you extrapolate, if he played more games. He would be number 1, Michael Jordan. Who's number 2 if you did the same thing? Well, Wilt Chamberlain. He only played 1,045 games, but if you add another 500, what would he have ended up with? He comes in at number 2. He would have scored 46,920. Isn't that pretty close to Michael? Michael had 46,981. Chamberlain would have had 46,920. A difference of 61 points. So who are the top scorers in NBA history? You got to say Michael Jordan, and number 2 is Wilt Chamberlain, not Kareem. Where does Kareem come in on the list? Well, remember, he's at 38,000. We extrapolated for Jordan and Wilt. Jordan has 46,981 if he played the same amount of games as Kareem. And Wilt would have had 46,920. So that's like 8,000 more points than Kareem with the same amount of games. Okay? Does that make sense to you? I hope it does. Who would be number 3 in scoring list, on the top scoring list, if they played the same amount of games, that magic number, 1,560? Well, Elgin Baylor is number 3 because he only played 846 games in his career. So add the extra 700, and he would be number 3 at 42,712 points. Who would be number 4? Jerry West. He only played 932 games. Add the extra games, get him up to 1,560, and he would be 42,148. Woo! Who's number 5? This is a surprise. Allen Iverson. Only played 914 games, but add the games, and he would be at 41,616. Number 6, who would be number 6? Bob Pettit. Only played 792 games. Add the games, he'd be at 41,155. Number 7, George Gervin. He only played 791. Add the games, and he would be at 40,855. Number 8, Oscar Robertson. He played 1,000 games. Add an extra 500 games, he would have been at 40,074 points scored. Who's number 9? Karl Malone. He played 1,476 games. That's a lot of games. So add another 90, he would have had 39,028. Number 10 on the list would have been Kobe Bryant. He played 1,346 games. Add another 220, he would have been at 38,993. See, if you're adding all the games and have the same amount of games that Kareem played, this is where they would be on the list. Number 11 would be Dominique Wilkins. 1,074 games he played. Add 500 more, he would have been at 38,720. Number 12 is Kareem. He's the guy who played 1,560 games, and he's at 38,387. You see? He would be number 12 on the scoring list Now, you would say that all these other players, their scoring would have gone down in their later years. Obviously, but I extrapolated because Kareem also, his scoring went down in his later years and he ended up with 38,000. These other players' scoring would have gone down, but they would have ended up with more points. I do believe that. Okay. Number 13 on the list is Adrian Dantley. Played 955 games. Add the games, he would have been at 37,000. Larry Bird only played 897 games. Add more games, he would have been at 37,009. Pete Maravich only played 650 games in the NBA. Add the games, he would have been at 37,000. Shaquille O'Neal played 1,200 games. Add 300 more, he would have been at 36,900. Rick Barry played 794 games. Add the games, he would have been at 36,191. And George Mikan only played 439 games. I don't know why. Add 1,000 more games, he would have been at 36,125. So I'll recap, okay? I know it's a lot of numbers, but this, if all these players played the exact number of games, 1,560 is the magic number. If these players played that game, this is what their rank would be as far as total points scored in their career extrapolated. Okay? It's a hypothesis. It's a hypothesis. Is that the right word? It's a guess. It's a fantasy number, but all the players didn't play the same amount of games. But if you really think about it, who is the #1 scorer of all time? Okay, so again, remember, if they played the same amount of games, these top 18 players would have this rank. Michael Jordan would have scored 46,981 points. Wilt Chamberlain, 46,920. Elgin Baylor, 42,712. Jerry West, 42,148. Allen Iverson, #5, 41,616. Bob Pettit, 41,155. George Gervin, 40,855. Oscar Robertson, 40,074. Karl Malone, 39,028. Kobe Bryant, 38,993. Dominique Wilkins, 38,720. Number 12 on the list would have been Kareem, 38,387. Adrian Dantley, 37,907. Larry Bird, 37,901. Pete Maravich, 37,751. Shaquille O'Neal, 36,962. Rick Barry, 36,191. And George Mikan, 36,125. The top 18 ranked. Same amount of games. That's where there would be their rank. So who's the best player of all time? Michael Jordan is #1. Wilt Chamberlain, #2. Elgin Baylor, #3. Jerry West, #4. Allen Iverson, #5. You may say, well, Kobe's better than Iverson. I agree there, but according to scoring, Bob Pettit, #6. George Gervin, #7. Oscar Robertson, #8. Karl Malone, #9. Kobe Bryant, #10. Dominique Wilkins, #11. You know why Kobe's at #10? Because his shooting percentage. He shot the ball so much, so he would go 15 for 35. See, he would miss 20 and make 15. That's why he didn't. That's why he's #10 as far as total points. Dominique Wilkins, #11. Kareem, #12. 13, Andrea Dantley. #14, Larry Bird. You say Bird is better than Dantley, right? But Dantley beats him in points. Pete Maravich, number 15. Shaquille O'Neal, number 16. Number 17, Rick Barry, and number 18, George Mikan. What do you think? What do you think of that? All right, now I'll do the top 50 of players that I would want on my team. Now, it's not just a matter of scoring, but it's a matter of rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, just an all-around talented NBA basketball player that you would want on your team. And I would want 50 of these guys on my team. Now, my apologies for leaving anybody off that you like. But I came down with about 50. Let's count down from 50 to number 1, all right? See if you, again, number 50 all the way down to about number 10. It's not a matter of talent, one's better than the other. It's just a matter they're interchangeable, and I just listed them, okay? But the top 10 are my favorites. Let's go. Glenn Rice, 50. 49, Gail Goodrich. 48, Tracy McGrady. 47, Chris Mullin. 46, John Stockton. 45, Clyde Drexler. 44, Vince Carter. 43, Kevin Garnett. 42, Isaiah Thomas. 41, Paul Pierce. 40, Moses Malone. 39, Julius Irving. 38, Adrian Dantley. 37, Dirk Nowitzki. 36, Charles Barkley. 35, Alex English. 34, Allen Iverson. 33, Bob Cousy. 32, Bill Russell. 31, Bob Pettit. 30, Patrick Ewing. 29, Willis Reed. 28, John Havlicek. 27, Alvin Hayes. 26, Kevin McHale. 25, Reggie Miller. 24, Ray Allen. 23, Dwayne Wade. 22, George Mikan. 21, Walt Frazier. 20, Oscar Robertson. 19, George Gervin. 18, Elgin Baylor. 17, Rick Barry. 16, David Robinson. 15, Tim Duncan. 14, Akeem Olajuwon. 13, Dominique Wilkins. 12, Scottie Pippen. 11, James Worthy. Okay, interchangeable, right? Put them in any order. These are all solid, good basketball players. Most of them are in the Hall of Fame. How about the top 10? Who would I want on my team? Number 10, Shaquille O'Neal. Number 9, Magic Johnson. Number 8, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Number 7, Larry Bird. Number 6, Karl Malone. Number 5, Jerry West. Number 4, Kobe Bryant. Number 3, Wilt Chamberlain. Number 2, you're going to be surprised, Pete Maravich. And number 1, Michael Jordan. Jordan is number one on everybody's list. He's just hands down the best NBA player in history and for all time. Just say it right now. He's the GOAT. Michael Jordan. Incredible. Who would I say are the top 10 best players of all time? Now, I listed the top 10 that I like. But as far as talent and incredible, and how would I rank them? Well, again, I'm not listing players who are playing right now. You've got LeBron and Curry and Durant and Harden, and a lot of these guys right now are pretty good. We'll see where they end up, but their career is still going. Talk about players who have retired or not playing right now. Who would I say is the best players of all time? Not just my choice, but who I think has the talent. I listed the top 10 of who I like because I like to watch them play. But as far as talent, shooting ability, scoring, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, clutch, count on them to play, not get injured just because you snap your finger. Wilt Chamberlain averaged 48 points a game. No, 48 minutes a game. And he averaged 50 points a game. And he averaged 45 points a game in another season. And he had 20 to 35 rebounds a game. Incredible. Bill Russell had 20, 30 rebounds a game. He didn't score as much, Bill Russell. But who, as far as a basketball player, would I rank as the best of all time according to what I've seen on TV and in person? You got to put Michael Jordan number one. Who would be the number two player? You got to go with Wilt Chamberlain. Why? Durability. Of course, a lot of his shots were the small hook shot, the finger roll, the fadeaway, and the slam dunk. But he rebounded 30 rebounds a game. And he played 48 minutes a game. Didn't sit out. As far as talent, and all right, he averaged 50 points a game. Michael Jordan's the best because he has 10 scoring titles and his shooting form, and he's just nobody can stop him. But as far as the number two player, you got to go with Wilt Chamberlain. Not only did he average 50 points a game one year and 44 points a game another year, but he also had 30 rebounds and he probably had 10 blocks a game. All right, you're saying, well, he's a center, he gets the easy shots. But consider this. Why is he the only one who had 50 points a game and 30 rebounds a game back at that time? Why didn't other players do it if they were as good? Why didn't they get 50 a game and 30 rebounds? Because Wilt had better talent. He was more athletic. If you watch his highlights, he went up and down the court. I would say as far as talent, Jordan first, Chamberlain second. Who would be the third choice as far as talent? You got to go with Kobe Bryant. He scored 81 points a game. He had 62 points in 3 quarters. If he had played the fourth quarter, he would have had 90, maybe 100 points if you just give him the ball and he shoots it every time. He sat out the fourth quarter of that game. Big mistake. Should have gone for the record. So I would put Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain, Kobe Bryant. Who would be number 4 as far as talent? You got to go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the hook shot. And the durability. That hook shot, nobody could block it. 15-foot hook shot, and it goes in. So I'd put Kareem at number 4. Jordan, Wilt, Kobe, Kareem, 4. Who would be number 5? Oh, it'd be tough. These are players who have retired, not the present-day players. Who would I put? As far as a basketball skill, you got to put Magic Johnson number 5. Wouldn't you say? Would you agree with that one? Who'd you put number 6? Pete Maravich. He averaged 44 points a game in college with no shot clock and no three-point line. Comes in the NBA, plays 10 years, and averages 24 points a game. But he's surrounded with a lot of talented players. so he doesn't average 30 or 40 points a game. But if you watch his highlights, he could dribble the ball and on the dime stop, pull up and shoot and hit it. I watched his 68-point game. That game he could have had 85 points. But he passed the ball a lot in that game and still had 68 points. Okay. So what's my list? Jordan, Wilt, Chamberlain, Kobe Bryant. Who did I put number 4? Oh boy. Oh, Kareem. 5 was Magic. Number 6, I'll go with Pete Maravich. Number 7, I'll go with Larry Bird. Incredible player because it's points, rebounds, and assists, blocks, steals, just all around. Incredible player. He's number 6. Who would you put number 7? Ooh, that'd be tough. You know who was a really good player? Akeem Olajuwon. I'll put him number 7. He was tough. Who would you put number 8 as far as talent? You know who David Robinson is? He was a very fine shooter, and he was a 7-footer. David Robinson. Number 9, who would you put? Oscar Robertson. And then number 10, who would you put? I'll give it to Tim Duncan. Solid player because points, rebounds, block shots, assist, knowledge of the game. All right, so who are my top 10 as far as talented basketball players that are incredible and unmatched in NBA history? You may argue, what about this guy, that guy, Irving, you know, all these other players, Moses Malone and all that, Worthy, Pippen, Wilkins. All right, I'll just, to refresh. Best player of all time, Michael Jordan. 2nd, Wilt Chamberlain. 3rd, Kobe Bryant. My list. 4, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 5, Jerry West. 6, Pete Maravich. 7, Karl Malone. 8, Magic Johnson. 9, Akeem Olajuwon, and 10, Tim Duncan. Now that list of who I think is better than the other lists that I put of who I would want on my team. Did you notice that? So who I want on my team? Jordan, Bryant, Maravich, Bird, West, Oscar Robertson, Karl Malone, George Gervin, Rick Barry, and John Havlicek. Those are the guys I would want on my team. But as far as talent, Jordan, Wilt, Kobe, Kareem. Boy, I should have listed it right, because it's hard for the top 10. Jordan, Wilt, Kobe, Jerry West, Karl Malone, Magic Johnson, Akeem Olajuwon, Tim Duncan, and Kareem, and Pete Maravich. Yeah, okay, so as far as the top 10, who's my favorite of all time? Who's my favorite player of all time? I'm sorry to say it. Pete Maravich. Why? I've watched his highlights. Now, Michael Jordan is the best of all time. But my favorite player of all time, Pete Maravich. He could dribble. Watch the highlight. Go to YouTube. Put in the Pete Maravich highlight. Watch him go up and down the court. Fake it with one hand, stop on a dime and pull up and hit it. The shot. That's talent. And his form was really good. Now, Jordan is the best player of all time. He's the GOAT. Kobe, outstanding player. Magic Johnson, he was an all-around player with the points, assists, rebounds, and knowledge of the game, going back up and down the court. Outstanding player. Akeem Olajuwon was a smart player. Tim Duncan, one of the smartest players of all time. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, just a scoring machine. Most points in NBA history. Got to give him props. Larry Bird, perfect form. Karl Malone, toughness in the middle. Wilt Chamberlain, 50 points a game in one season. Why doesn't anybody else do that? Because now they spread the ball all around, right? Whereas back in those days, they just fed Wilt the ball and he scored. All right. I'm done. Ken AutoZone, thanks. I'm out.